listeners? We are back with another episode of the JDA show coming at you on a Wednesday, July 15th, episode 12, if I didn't say that.
Yep.
Jesse, Andy, how you guys doing? Feeling good, Jesse?
Jesse, how you doing? I'll start.
Okay, yeah, you tell me how you're doing.
I have been eating like a fucking pig the last 3 days, and I feel thick.
Thick?
Today, I started my day off with ham, egg, and cheese from Dunkin' on an English muffin. Then had a gross footlong from Subway. Then immediately ham and cheese. I always get ham and cheese.
Gotcha.
Immediately went to Wendy's after work.
No, I'm just telling you, you can move that way a little bit just so you're more fun.
And
I know you don't want to get close to Jesse, but
yeah, I feel.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready
right.
to take some necks tonight. Everyone's a fucking simp. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to start off. It's been a while since we've gotten into some Celtics talk. We're going to talk about the NBA bubble. Going to talk about, since last we've talked, Mahomes got that huge contract extension. I'm going to go around the NFL. There's some topics I want to get to see what you guys think about. I want to quickly revisit the Patriots quarterback situation because since last we've talked, Cam Newton was officially announced and they dropped the hype video for him. I want to do a new segment, overpaid, underpaid. Not exactly sure how it's going to go, but, you know, we need something to fill some time in. And then we're going to finish off with a betting segment. I think Jesse wants to talk some soccer in there, too. Is that right, Jesse?
Yeah, why don't we have a full soccer segment? I don't see anything about Manchester United on the paper.
I already typed this out, all right? And then I filled it in. I wrote down soccer talk.
Well, let's get Premier League. Let's put that first next time.
Okay, well, you should have let me know a couple days before. But, so, starting off with some Celtics talk. They released a schedule. How do you guys feel about the remaining schedule? I got it up on my phone.
6-2.
6-2.
Maybe 7-1.
I said the same thing. 6-2.
Maybe 7-1.
Because I think they're going to lose at least one game between Milwaukee, Toronto, and Miami.
They have some tough opponents. I'm sure there's teams that have a lot of easier schedules.
But the last 3 games, I think, are cake,
easy,
right?
Yeah, so I got them right here. It's Bucks, Blazers, Heat, Nets, Raptors, Magic, Grizzlies, Wizards.
I mean, there's I'd say Grizzly. What you said? I'd say Wizards, Grizzlies, and there's one of those maybe Magic or Gimmies. Yeah. But other than that, the people are talking up the Blazers now.
Yeah,
there's some really. The Blazers have their big
Blazers
guys
are
back.
going to be hungry too because they're going to be battling for that 9th.
Yeah,
seed
and Dame doesn't like being disrespected. Everyone's like the Blazers suck. Now everyone's on their wagon. I don't know. It's a tough schedule. I'm sure there's teams that have a lot easier schedules, but I will say I'll give the Celtics 6-2. That's maybe being generous, but
yeah, I'm going to go 5-3 because I think towards the end there you finished Magic, Grizzlies.
Was that in order, by the way?
Yeah, it was. Those last 3 games, they might have nothing to play for.
You want to say it one more time, just so everyone can hear it?
Milwaukee, Portland, Miami, Brooklyn, Toronto, Orlando, Memphis, Washington.
Those first 3, man. You got fucking Milwaukee, Miami, and Portland. Those are 3 tough games.
You don't know how these guys are going to come out of the break either. I mean,
yeah, everyone
it's been 4 months since they've played.
They've been talking the Celtics up as the best, pick it up and play it type team. But yeah, like you said, you never know.
I think
they could go 4-5. 4 games, 4-4.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule.
That is, but I mean, you gotta realize that everybody's gonna be putting it out on the table, including the Celtics.
Celtics are a great team.
Maybe not so much the Magic and Wizards though, because they just had that guy that got busted for leaving for takeout. It doesn't seem like a lot of these. We'll get to that.
That was the Kings.
Oh, maybe it was the Kings.
It was
Center.
the Kings.
Yeah, it was the Kings
Holmes,
Center. So never mind then. But yeah, we'll get to the whole bubble situation with some of these guys not taking it very seriously. But I think they're in the 3 seed right now. If they could get up to the 2, or actually, sorry, I don't think they're going to catch Toronto, but I think there's a very good chance.
Should I pull up their standings? Is it
if you want
updated,
to pull it up,
how many games they are back? That's what they're going in with?
Look that up.
Okay.
So, right now, they'd be set to play Philadelphia in the first round. And, I mean, before when I was thinking about this segment, I'd rather play the Pacers. So I was hoping the Pacers would drop to the 6. From what I've heard, the Sixers have a much more easy schedule than the Pacers. But Oladipo initially opted out of the season, but now there's a report that's coming out today that he might actually come in.
They're not catching. They can move up to 4, but the Celtics are so they're 9.5 games back of the Bucks for the 1, and they are 3 games back of the Raptors for the 2. 3 games in a.
Can you get right there? What's between the Sixers and the
Sixers are actually under the Pacers right now.
Yeah, Sixers and the Pacers. That's what
they're tied. They're both 14 games back. So basically the Celtics are looking pretty locked in at the 3. They're 3 games back of the 2, and they're 2.5 games ahead of the 4.
Yeah, they're not going to drop.
They're not going to drop to the 4. So essentially, we're looking at the Celtics versus someone like the Sixers or the Pacers, because
who would you rather
the gap between the Sixers, Pacers, and the Nets is 8.5 games.
Who would you
so
rather
it's going to be. I would probably rather the Sixers. We have their number.
No, I'd take Pacers all day.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think I have to go with Pacers because of the size, and I actually like the Pacers
because of the what?
Size, just the size. Embiid.
The Pacers might have more size.
I know they have Sabonis
other than Embiid, they have Sabonis
Turner.
and Miles Turner. That's a lot to deal with. People underrate Sabonis. That dude can ball.
I'm not trying to sleep on Indiana either. I like Indiana, but
especially
I don't want
if
Philly's.
But if
I want
if
Philly,
Oladipo's
I'm
not
licking
playing,
my chops at Philly.
If Oladipo's not playing, then you make quick work of Indiana.
You think though?
They're
good.
So.
Malcolm Brogdon
Oladipo.
moved over there.
Seems like he's a guy that's
he's got the
committed,
best.
though.
He's got the best assist to turnover ratio in the league. He's really running that team. I would actually rather play the Sixers just because you know what they are. They have Embiid and Simmons. Simmons can't shoot. Other than that, they have a bunch of fill-in players, and we've beaten them in 2 series in the last 3 years.
But if you look at it this way, but
something like that.
Yeah, if you look at it this way, I mean, the Sixers, if Embiid is healthy, or not even healthy, and he's actually committed to wanting to be there, he's the best player in the series. He's the best player in the series.
Yeah, I mean, sure,
yes,
but
so
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does a lot of times in these series. Whoever has the best player wins a lot of the times.
If it's Celtics Sixers, you can mark me on it. I'll take Celtics in 5 or 6.
Nah, I think you're on.
And it's definitely not going 7. I can guarantee that.
There's no home court. They're not going to have any home court. The Celtics aren't.
That only advantages the Celtics. Just saying, it may seem controversial, but I am not in the slightest worried about the Sixers. We just are.
I think
top to bottom, other than that one size advantage.
I think they'd beat the Sixers in a series, but I'd still rather Indiana.
That's fair.
I think it's an easy.
Indiana better coached, deeper. Indiana's the team to worry about. They got Nate McMillan.
Okay.
And Brett Brown is a proven loser in the NBA.
Yeah, Brett Brown is a trash coach. I can't believe that guy still has his job.
Loser.
What has he been there for?
If they don't make it out of the bubble first or second round, he's probably fired.
He's definitely got
because he's had enough of that faux pas talent where you got Embiid, but Simmons is just such a fraud that I don't even blame him for losing with Simmons as his lead guy because that dude is a fucking bum. Sorry, but
no, Simmons is. The guy doesn't shoot the ball. That's what the thing is. Like, hey, if you're missing, it's one thing, but you are such a pussy. You won't even shoot the ball.
Yeah, I hope he was just taking jump shots all of quarantine.
Even if he was, I mean, he was. There's been video of him doing it in a warm up, and he still won't shoot in a game.
Remember that video where he takes a 3 at the All-Star game, and all the All-Stars are looking at him, and it's just practice, but he makes a 3, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" Like he made that.
Yeah,
everyone's like, "What?"
Like he's a fucking 4th grader who just sunk his first layup.
I can't
He's a
lie.
Fucking NBA player. He's considered one of the best players in the game, and it's like everybody hypes him up because he knocked down a jump shot.
Very few players I hate in the NBA more than Ben Simmons.
We should do a segment on who you hate more than Ben Simmons.
That would be a great segment.
James Harden. I hate James Harden more.
James Harden.
I also hate Russell Westbrook.
Kyrie, LeBron.
I like Russell Westbrook.
LeBron.
Why?
I love LeBron.
I just like watching him play. And he's got.
If you ask 10th grade me, I used to argue with. Shout out Connor O'Shea. He used to argue Chris Paul over Russell Westbrook. Yeah, Chaz. You know Chaz. he must have loved Chris Paul because they had a similar play style. But
Westbrook's a certified loser.
Yeah, big stat chaser.
Never gonna win anything.
Anyways,
so moving on to some of the players. How do you feel about Gordon Hayward leaving the bubble for the birth of his 4th kid?
Jesse, certified simp or what?
Oh, can I take it? Yeah, simp. The baby is due in September. In September is most likely going to be either the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals.
What a simp, dude.
If you're telling me he's going to leave, he's just going to go. If they're in the Eastern Conference Finals or the championship, he's for his 4th kid.
Have they done a gender reveal yet?
It's one thing if
it's a boy. It's a boy. He got lucky.
It's one thing if it's like the 1st or the 2nd, maybe even the 3rd, but
4th? And there's a championship on the line?
Good luck, Robin. I got to win a title.
That's what I'd say, and I'm sorry if she.
But he's still not as much of a simp as one of my co-hosts here. I won't say which one, but No, but that's a different
nice
discussion.
to say about RJ.
Yeah, how would you do that to me like that?
Yeah.
No, my thing is, though, if she is, like, holding that to him, like, I need you there for the pregnancy, I'm going to go there. She's a bitch.
No, I'm just joking.
She's a bitch.
He should be there.
No,
for the birth of a child.
Now you sound like a simp, dude.
Okay.
Basically, if you don't,
spoken like a true simp.
If I hear the word simp one more time, the episode name is going to be simp.
It should, man. Maybe it should be.
If you don't go home and tell your girlfriend she's a fat, worthless piece of shit who takes up way too much
horrible.
space, you're a simp.
Robin is a beautiful human being.
If you can't tell, there's a lot of tension between Andy and Jesse
simp,
tonight.
And
are you simping for Gordo's wife?
Sounds like
right
you're
now?
trying to cover for your simping over here by
I'm not.
calling Gordon Hayward a simp.
I don't think you know what it's. I don't know. I think you don't know what simp means.
Oh, I don't know what simp means. You kidding me?
So to air out the beef, Jesse thinks Andy's a simp, and I don't think Andy's happy with Jesse showing up late tonight.
I didn't go golfing and show up at 10 o'clock tonight.
I had money to win, and I wasn't playing with my girlfriend, so if I was, maybe you could call me a simp, but I wasn't playing with my girlfriend, so...
Didn't ditch...
Wait, girlfriend or friend?
Didn't not go golfing to hang out with my girlfriend. Didn't go golfing because we had plans to record a podcast.
Are you guys FBO, or...?
No, we're not, actually. She just added me on Facebook yesterday.
Alright, I'll give you a pass. But, anyways, Kemba Walker's knee... Not a problem. You see him out there.
He missed practice today.
Whatever. It's a little bubble practice. I see him out there on the driving range.
It's a little bubble in his knee.
I see him on the driving.
Oh, he's out on the driving range, but he can't go to practice.
If he can rotate that body, rotate those knees, rotate those hips, I saw him hitting. He's driving the ball, over 200 yards. I think he's fine. It's the bubble. If they want to miss a day to go to the water park, they want to go to.
I don't care about that.
They want to go to fucking Space Mountain and hit the ride with no lines.
He hasn't played in 4 months, and his knee is still bothering him.
How many months has the NBA been canceled? 3?
4. April, May, June, July. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying
in 4
when
months.
the NBA hasn't been playing,
so
he hasn't played in 4 months.
So yes, you would think his knee would be fine by now, but yet there's still... You're just sunshine, Mr. Sunshine. Don't see any negativity in that. The guy fucking played in the All-Star game, too. Don't even get me started with that.
I'm sure he's doing walkthroughs that we don't even know about.
Point. It's not like it's a lingering injury from the All-Star game.
It is. It is. It's
4 months later?
It's his knee that's still fucked up. It's the same knee injury.
It's not even fucked up.
We'll find out because it was looking pretty fucked up by the end of the season.
All right, we'll see game 1 when he drops 150 and 10 in the first game.
Oh, so then he's the best player on the team then, right?
No, I mean, he's the second best player. He's the leader, but he's not the best player on the team. That's obviously Jason Tatum, but I think he's fine. And we're talking about commitment levels.
Back to Gordon Hayward. You don't care?
SIMP.
He's not the only guy who's having a kid in the bubble that is leaving for the birth of his kid.
Well, they shouldn't leave either.
I feel like an asshole for saying that I have an issue for it because I'm being selfish.
Yeah, you called his wife fat.
I called her a bitch.
No, you did, and you also did.
No, I did
I'm
not.
the only one.
I did not actually call his wife fat. I was speaking in a hypothetical sense.
Okay, so you admit that you did say she was fat.
No, I did not mean she's fat. She's a very
no. Not that you meant it. You meant. I'm meaning you did say it. You called her fat.
Whatever. No, he's hypothetical.
He called Robin Hayward fat.
No, I think he said
I'll add her on Twitter too, and I honestly...
We can go back,
she doesn't have a lot of followers, so if I do that...
Hey, I'm blocked by Al Horford's sister,
We can go back and listen to the
hop on
sound.
that train.
Oh, there's no need. I heard it with my own ears.
So Game 7, Eastern Conference Finals against Milwaukee. It's the night before. Her water breaks. You're okay with him leaving?
That's such a hypothetical.
No, that's what he said.
Because if we play Milwaukee, it's not going to go 7.
RJ,
it's going to go 5 or 6 tops.
Aren't there some things
too many holes of
than
golf
basketball?
What?
Aren't there some things bigger than basketball?
Your 4th kid? No, that's not bigger than basketball and competing for a championship. If it was his first kid, I'd be like, I kind of understand it. Your 4th kid?
Well, and it would be different if it was the fact that they weren't playing in a fucking quarantined bubble. You know what I mean? If he had to miss one game in like a series or whatever, the fact that like once he leaves he can't go back in, right?
So I think he can, but he has to get quarantined, which
for 14 days,
which makes no sense. Why does he have to get quarantined if there's testing?
Yeah,
shouldn't he just quarantine until the test results come back?
All he has to do is test negative twice.
Yeah, so what? She really should only be quarantining for 3 or 4 days, however long the test results
If he leaves and leaves for like two nights, 3 nights, and then comes back and is able to play, then I won't have a problem with it. But if he leaves and he can't finish,
if he goes, he's got to be gone for what, 2 weeks?
That's what we
were. He's got to
saying.
Quarantine.
Well, that's the thing. How does it make any sense that he has to do that when there's testing?
It's just the rules.
Well,
if you leave the bubble, you have to quarantine
for 14 days. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. It's the birth of your child. You'll probably never have kids, so you wouldn't understand. But it's the birth of your child.
If I'm playing in a game
I have
7,
a few kids so
on my way. If I'm playing in a game 7 for a chance to go to the championship, and it's my 4th kid, I think my kid will understand. Fucking 12 years from now that I'm out compete, like, hey, you're. Oh my god! Like, do you know the life that kid is gonna have? I think the worst that happens to him is that his daddy's not there for his birth.
He's gonna be that's
so horrible.
He's gonna be raised by the nanny.
I'm sure her mom, his wife's mom, or his mom is gonna be around to go in the room with her. There's a championship on the line. He should be there. I do not care. Period. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. What's your opinion?
Well, another guy I'm not really sure about his commitment level is Jason Tatum. Guy was really working on his golf game over the break. Didn't seem like he was really shooting around much.
Nobody was.
I don't know if that's true.
Were you hanging out with him? You know how much he was shooting around?
I know he didn't have a basketball hoop at his house for months.
And
Plenty
of hoops around him.
Where?
He can go to his house.
He was at his house. The facility was closed for the first few months.
That's what we know.
Right, I actually would hope that guys are getting in there playing, but I don't think
you think Jason Tatum didn't shoot a ball for that long?
That's what he said. Those words came out of his mouth.
Golf is there to take the stress away. He was doing what he had to do.
So he was just working on his golf game.
He could play as much golf as he wanted, and he would still be the best player on the Celtics.
He's had a basketball in his hands his whole life. It's not like he would forget how to do it.
I understand that, but you go months on months with not even playing. How much do you really love the game? How much do you really want to be there?
As long as you're working out and exercising, then you're fine.
Take, RJ.
As long as you're working out and exercising, you're fine. You don't have to have a basketball in your hands for a couple of months, and then not.
The guy who lives and breathes basketball. If he's going through a global pandemic, he wants to be around his family, and then when he gets out, he wants to play a little golf, whatever. You think he doesn't have any sense about it? You don't think he was dribbling in the house?
You're not athletes like me and Jesse. You're not athletes like me and Jesse.
Yeah. What did you guys ever win? Nothing. Well, it's whatever.
Beer pong once.
Yeah.
I have some things I could say I won, but I'll keep them to myself.
Say it. Go ahead.
But anyways, I think Tatum's commitment level is not a concern in the slightest.
It doesn't seem like he even wants to be in the bubble.
He's the second best player, arguably the best player in the series against the Sixers.
We will better than him.
Inevitably play.
Embiid's better than him.
He said arguably second best player.
Arguably is there because people question Embiid's commitment level.
That's fine.
And I know you shit on Embiid.
Yeah, I just did like last segment or like 5 minutes ago. Well, that's all right. He does. We don't even.
Is that?
We don't even know if he wants to be there.
Yeah, he wants to be there.
How do you know that? Because he said that
Tatum. He said he's a little unsure about the bubble. He's not too excited, but once you get that basketball in his hand, once you get that competition in his brain, he's ready to go. He's ready to take next. It's Jason Tatum.
You better hope if he's not fully committed, the Celtics.
He's going to go down as the best Celtic of all time. And
this guy is.
That's all I got to say.
How much you have to drink today on the golf course? A lot. The best Celtics player
honestly,
of all time.
For this show, not enough. But that's obviously kind of a joke. But he will go down as an all-time great if he stays in the green for his whole career. I mean, we're not starting that debate tonight, but would you disagree with that? If he stays a Celtics for a Celtic for his entire career,
there's been some pretty
good
Celtics though.
He's got to be an all-time great though. Maybe I'm not saying the greatest. That was a joke when I said he'll go down as the best Celtic of all time. But
sure, if he can play how he played those month or two before it happened.
You look at his overall season stats. You translate those as a third-year player. Sure,
he still has a lot to prove.
I agree. I agree.
He still has a lot
I think people that are already trying to assume that he can be the best player on a team to win a championship. Why don't you wait and see what he does in the playoffs?
How long did it take Paul Pierce to be the best player on a championship team? How many seasons?
Never. He was never the best player on the team.
You don't think he was the best player?
Garnett was the best player.
If you take Finals MVP, I mean, it was Paul Pierce.
Okay, so still, then...
I mean, KG was the best player on that team.
Probably Paul Pierce. Regardless.
I think he was the third
Regardless, double-digit seasons to be the best player on a championship team.
But the way people...
regardless, even if the Celtics win it this year, he will have been the best talented player on the Celtics.
Correct. Yes, so that would prove that to be correct. They can be the best player on a championship-winning level team.
That is a debate. I won't say it's for certain. Like, you could make the argument Kem was the most talented, and outside of that, it's Tatum. But
I'm just saying, he's been great, but just... Let's see what he does in the playoffs. Why do we have to automatically...
We've seen what he does in the playoffs.
Some people already think he's
We've already seen what he's done in the playoffs.
Well, because he dunked on LeBron.
And more than that.
What? I would love you to get
Need I pull up the stats from that playoff
That's fine.
run?
That doesn't prove that he's a top 10 player in the league, which some people are saying. Some people already think he's a top...
Did I say that?
No, but I'm just bringing it up. I'm not completely
If you want to put Luka in the top 10, Tatum's right there with him. So.
I don't know if I would put him in my top 10.
Tatum is a top 15 player in the entire NBA, and probably next year, with his numbers, will probably be top 10. But that's, like I said,
I'd say
debate.
In my Tatum...
I mean, he had that one playoff run. I mean, so did Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas has had some awesome seasons with the Celtics, too. Nobody considers Isaiah one of the best Celtics players of all time.
There's just one glaring difference between Isaiah Thomas and Jason Tatum. It's that Isaiah Thomas is a midget, and Jason Tatum has the body to be a superstar.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not doubting him. I'm not trying to say that he can't do it. But I'm just saying that RJ's right. We should at least see it from him in the playoffs at least one or two more times before we really solidify him as somebody who's going to be a stud in this league.
If you just look at his trajectory, though.
Yes,
and you compare it to other trajectories.
Yes, he should be
He's on pace to be an all-time great.
Yeah, he is.
Correct.
He is, and I hope
his numbers should be up in the rafters at the end of the day if he played.
Sure, if this isn't a fluke.
Progress going. Absolutely. I don't
that's all I
with
needed to hear.
Listen, I already wrote a letter apologizing for my Jason Tatum.
You're right.
To who?
You're right. To the fans.
Do you remember the second episode?
Oh. I do. And a letter to the fanboys.
Yeah. When I wrote that letter. So I kind of mentioned it before about that. You said the guy in the Kings that left the bubble to get some delivery. Yep.
Do you think he was getting delivery, or do you think he was getting some putty tang?
I don't know what these
DiGiorno.
I don't know what these guys are doing, but they're not following the rules. Are you starting to get worried about these and all the they're going out in Florida too, and the spikes are crazy.
Especially since J.R. Smith J.R. Smith rolled into the bubble with fucking at least 8 grams of cocaine and threw it down on his table with
how about that
mad bitches around him. Yo,
how about that
up,
girl
Lakers?
On Twitter? She's like, I got invited to the bubble already. Your season definitely getting canceled early.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but everyone that's actually following the rules is saying oh, they have great protocol here. We trust in the process. The NBA has a lot of safety nets in play. I don't think they're gonna backtrack it, even if a few people do get COVID or they get quarantined. I don't think they'll cancel it.
This is what happens when you invite the shitty teams. These guys know that they have nothing to win.
Well,
they're just there to get paid, so they don't want to be there. So
how often are they tested, though?
I gotta say, once or I don't know for sure.
Close to daily. I think.
I think it's almost daily too.
Okay, so if it's daily, then if they bring in some random people from outside and have a little secret hotel party, and then what? It takes 5 days, I guess, for it to show up in a test. I suppose you could transfer it in those 5 days.
Who knows if that chick that comes in is touching other stuff and then somebody else touches it that wasn't at the party.
No, I get it. I was just going to say, if you could catch it early, then...
Is it really that hard to just reel it in for 3 months? Especially these teams...
I mean, it's easier said than done, man. These guys are living a super lifestyle.
Right.
And now they have to go... Obviously, we would in the bubble. We would be living our life.
Okay, but with that being said, I am getting a little sick of the narrative that they have it tough down there.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Because they go from their 9,000 square foot mansions to luxury suites.
How about Rondo posted his suite? He's like, "Oh, Motel 6, hun, haha." I looked at that room and I was like, God, that would be the nicest hotel room I've ever stayed in. It's
clearly a guy that's
they get
never
to hang
seen
out
a
together.
6.
They get to play video games. They get to go. They have access to the water parks. Everything.
Rondo, go on vacation with me and my family when we were growing up.
Yeah.
People were doing meth in the room over.
Yeah, in the fucking Cape,
come on,
hanging out in 7 people in the bed.
Hey, kid, you got a cigarette I can bum?
I don't know who you are.
Further proving my point that Rondo is just douchebag.
Well, let's not talk down on my boy.
I like Rondo.
I don't.
I mean, he is an
He should. I disagreed with that post.
Asshole. He's a prick.
Yeah, he is kind of. Remember when he's spitting Chris Paul's mouth? I loved it.
When he broke his hand because he fell in the shower like an old lady.
Yeah. Or when he just got this recent injury where he probably was from boxing too much. He got probably a hairline fracture on his pinky finger from boxing, but...
Anyways, I think we're getting a little sidetracked.
Would you be able to make it in the bubble? I think I would be able to.
I could sit on a fucking king-size bed in a luxury suite eating Easy Mac all day. That's what I do anyways.
You can sit by the pool in the Florida sun eating whatever you want. Sure, you can't cross that line, but if you want to order takeout, order takeout. Yeah. That's not against the rules.
I think it is.
I don't know if it is. It might be.
I think it is.
Ordering takeouts against the rules?
I don't think
it is.
No,
it is because they're held to the food that they're provided, I think.
Which doesn't look the best.
No, but to us, and they're going to post the pictures after they muddled it a little bit. It's good food, man. Yeah. Come on. They're NBA players. They're getting chicken thighs. They're getting
Epcot every day, eating around the world.
Yeah. This dude posted, he's like, oh, this food's terrible. He had like 6 different boxes of, he had a salad, he had veggies, he had 2 different meats, he had, oh, dude, he had noodles, like, what the fuck?
Some guy posted a picture of the food, and he took, to make it look worse, like the chicken out of the picture.
Oh, I'm sure.
He left the menu, and somebody called him out on Twitter, like, you got chicken too, dude, and you're just like trying to make it seem way worse than it is. Like, hey, I don't know if you're posting it. Nobody feels bad for you.
Bad time.
Nobody's like, oh, poor you.
Yeah. On top of it all, not a good time to complain about your food situation during the middle of a global pandemic.
Yeah, when a quarter of our country's unemployed. Oh, no. I have to live in a fucking 3.5
Not that, and there's
hotel.
hungry people all over the world, and you're complaining about the food that you're getting for free.
Yeah.
While you're getting paid millions. That
just shows how many pro athletes lose the true human in them, to really understand what the regular person.
We haven't been there. If we were there, do you think it would happen? Maybe we. It's hard to say.
I feel like it's happened to so many people that
I could see it happening to Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse for sure.
Come on.
Yeah, I might be good enough to make it to the bubble. What's it to you? No, I'm kidding. But it's hard to see them complaining.
Point being, yes, I could make it in the bubble for a few months. In fact, I'd like to go to the bubble. I wish I was invited.
Looks like a vacation to me. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. These guys are away from their families. They're hanging out with everybody. I saw Kuzma and McGee went to the water park. They're having fun.
Is Disney open to the public right now?
No theme park or Disney park is open to anybody. Only the NBA players have access. They have no lines.
Wait, I thought you said MLS was down in Disney World too.
True. MLS
they might be, but pro athletes thing.
Do you know if WNBA is down there? Did you see the story about the WNBA?
No, I don't know.
Did you see the story about the WNBA player?
Elena Deladon, who requested time off because she had Lyme disease problems, and they said, you can either play or you're not going to get paid, and you can leave.
How fucked up is that? She came out today. I was telling Dick about this earlier. She came out today and revealed that she has to take 64 pills a day for her Lyme disease.
You believe that? 64?
I don't know if I believe that. Because I think I know somebody with Lyme disease, and I'm pretty sure that...
So maybe one
they don't take any pills?
No, I'm not going to call Elena Deladon a liar. She's a baller, too.
Yeah,
former league MVP for the women's NBA.
But that seems insane.
What team?
But regardless,
she plays for Seattle, I believe.
Regardless of that point, the fact
we'll
that she's
double check that, but
the fact that she's not getting paid because, basically the WNBA players, medical experts came out and said, we don't think it's a good enough reason.
So the precedent is if you don't feel comfortable playing because of your health, you're not going to get paid. That's bad luck.
That is a bad look.
But nobody hears about it because it's the WNBA.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I don't care about them because it's the WNBA. I'm saying it's a little fucked up. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the WNBA, but
I'd be lying if I said I didn't really care.
I care about it on a fucking,
I care about the people. I care about the people playing in the WNBA. They deserve their rights. If they're going to let an NBA player not play because they're worried about their family or health and they're still going to pay them, why would they not get paid? I know they make less revenue.
That's what I was going to ask. How much money do you think this woman's even making? $100K?
Well, she is arguably the best player in the entire WNBA. She's probably, I bet she's close to $1 million, if not making $1 million. Because I guess that's if you include sponsors. If you're talking just salary, I don't know, but
yeah, I was just referring
she is the best they have to offer. So it's a big story for that reason.
So you said something about takeout. So say you could sneak something in takeout. What would your takeout food be? Anything? It could be fast food.
No. How about it just has to be convenient or fast food? Anything from a fast food pizza, a Domino's Papagino's to a McDonald's Burger King. Nothing you're not ordering like Red Robin or Texas Roadhouse to your place.
It would be like a Cheeseburger Eddie thing from Longest Yard, where he like sneaks me like a couple McDoubles.
A couple McDoubles, yeah. Maybe you get a small fry from his butt crack.
I mean, all I would need is a Big Mac. yeah, full time.
If I had to, honestly, I've been craving pizza lately. I would probably do like a nice, simple cheese pizza from Domino's with some cheesy bread and extra marinara to dip my crust in.
I go some type of Taco Bell with a Baja Blast.
Yeah, you love your Baja Blast.
I do.
RJ's known. We call him RJ Baja.
I'm always down to just
Baja Rosado.
Eat a gross amount of Chinese food too.
Yeah, Chinese.
I feel the
Chinese food always makes me feel like shit.
You know, I always am so excited to get the Chinese food, then I eat it, and I'm like, as I'm eating, I'm like,
yeah, but
this isn't good quality, and then later I really regret it.
When you get that good batch of Chinese food.
It's like the chicken's a little crispy. It's not like that soggy General Tso's. Yeah. The crab rangoon's got the perfect taste. Yeah, you're right, man. Nothing beats. I love crab rangoon to the death of me.
Yeah.
So not just in the NBA, but in general, do you have issues with guys opting out of their seasons?
For what? Like any reason?
Yeah, just in general. For me,
whether they feel like David Price is like, hey, I don't want to risk it, or if he has like a birth of a child.
Well, my thing is, if you have like
David Price, though, I mean,
typical. Does that really surprise anybody?
He's just
Red
lazy.
Sox legend.
He's just lazy. He just doesn't want to do it.
It's one thing if you have like an underlying condition or one of your family members does.
That is understood. That is understandable.
Other than that, you should be there.
Fuck yeah, you should.
You should be there, and especially for these baseball players, where if there's no like, if you're going home, you don't have an underlying condition. They're going home. It's not like they're stuck in this bubble. Mm-hmm. You should be there, and I'm not trying to come off like a
They're not in a bubble, right?
No, they're not. Yeah. They go home every day. You should be there. If you don't have something, everybody else in everyday life has to go into work. So they can't opt out.
How often do you?
Work.
It's not like you're playing basketball, football, or soccer. Like it's not like you're rubbing up against these guys. In baseball, you know, you step up to the plate, you hit the ball. Unless you think the ball's carrying COVID.
No, and you're outside. Baseball is a perfect sport.
I can't if they're looking out for their family, like you can't 100% hate on them because you got to respect that premise. But almost I feel like some of them are fronting if they say that. That's an excuse to not have to play.
Personally, they're all...
Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, all baseball athletes are good, like, in good health and in
probably
good
have
shape,
enough money.
That even if they did catch COVID, like, they would be fine. You know what I mean? No MLB player is going to die.
Just like Russell Westbrook, like a 2-week quarantine.
No, they're not going to die. But I do understand it in the sense of like if they see their parents regularly who may have
grandparents, you know.
or anybody in their family who has underlying conditions, then at that point it's like, do you expect them, sort of like the Gordon Hayward thing, do you expect them to sacrifice their time with their family to play sports? Because basically, like if I had a close brother, sister, wife, parent, anybody who was susceptible to it or had underlying conditions, then, you know, I wouldn't expect to be told, like, you better be there. But if I do go there, then I'm not going to be comfortable being around any of those people who I might get sick.
And when I say you should be there, I'm not trying to say they should be forced to be there. It should be within their choice. I'm sure there's some... I'm not sure if they opt out if they get paid or not. I'm not really sure about that. But my thing is, if you don't have anything wrong with you, none of your family does...
You should be there.
Yes, and also, like, 100% especially in the NBA right now where, like, a guy... like Avery Bradley, but actually I don't know Avery Bradley's situation. I think he might have
a child or a parent or someone is immunocompromised.
So I'm not.
In
so he's a bad example, but
there are players who are just saying no.
I mean, if you're like a decent team too, like Oladipo kind of backing out, like the door's ajar, like it's never been. Do you want to win? That really makes me question your love for the sport.
How about this personally? Though? What about someone like a journeyman, like say Michael Beasley? He just got picked up to a team that has no chance of winning anything, the Nets. He went there for like a day or two, and then he left with no real great reason that I've heard of yet. So in my mind, it's like maybe he was like, staying in this stupid-ass bubble, not doing my life, is not worth playing in the NBA right now. So like in that situation, I can't really blame the guy. Maybe he's like, you know what? I don't want to be stuck in this bubble. Not that I think of it as being stuck.
But it's the same thing, though. Like, you still owe it to your team and to your fan base
he
to show up and compete.
He just got signed from free agency.
Michael Beasley, I could understand, but, sure, Kyrie saying, like, I'm not going down there.
Well, he hasn't. How about someone like, I don't know, someone who has no injury history, is completely healthy, and their team's in the race. You know, like, someone like that. That's where it's like, really, like, they could use you.
Like Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan, who tested positive, but, I mean...
If you test positive, that's enough of an excuse in my book to say I don't want to go either, but...
What if you're going to be cleared in, 2 weeks?
I mean, no, that is, Russell Westbrook, for instance, same boat. They've all tested positive. Westbrook's coming back. I don't know. I guess it depends on... But also, the Nets are not in contention.
I understand that. Yeah, that's why it's I can get...
They must be the worst team of the Eastern Conference that they invited, record-wise. Yeah. Or at least
right there. They're 7 or 8, honestly. But they're probably one of the worst teams now because all the guys that have opted out.
Yeah, so that's... that. And they knew that before. They're like, I'm not going.
It's LeVert and a bunch of bums.
Essentially.
Pretty much.
Jamal Crawford, though. Shout out Jamal Crawford for getting signed.
Yeah, Nets, right?
Nets, yeah.
Good to see.
So he'll probably be playing for them.
So Patrick Mahomes... Big-time contract. 10-year extension. I believe it was worth...
508?
508 or 503 is what I have written down.
Over 10?
500, yep, an extension. So I want to see he's under contract for the next 12 seasons. The biggest contract
ever
we've seen ever. Not all guaranteed, so it's not exactly a baseball contract, but still, for a football player...
I mean, I think get this something like 4 might be guaranteed.
No... I
saw
that
400 mil.
400. I saw that 200 mil was guaranteed.
Really?
Yeah.
Either way, though,
fuck ton for a
that must be
dude. Literally, I mean, he put his pen down and he's guaranteed 200 million. He could snap his leg first snap of this season, and his career could be done, and he's still making $200 million. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy.
And I think it was a good move. I mean, guy...
Sure. I mean, I'm all for players making more money and owners making less and, people who sit in their fucking fat cat box offices and make so much money off of these guys who actually put the work in and shit. And coaches could be paid better, honestly. But that's a ridiculous contract, and I think that it sets sort of a dangerous precedent for... other halfway mediocre quarterbacks like Dak Prescott could use that as leverage in some sort of sense and be like, oh, see, you're gonna look at what he made. You're not going to give me my 30.
No, everybody's going to do it. So you can give him 45
Yeah.
million a year, but you can't give me 33, 34.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Dak Prescott's franchise tag is worth for this upcoming season?
It's 31 point something, correct?
Yes.
I want to get to him though later.
Sure, but
today
ridiculous.
Was the deadline.
No, for a franchise tag, so he has nothing. If I was Dak Prescott and I wasn't getting a contract on with the Cowboys, sure, I'll sign this franchise tag for $31 million next year.
Yeah.
Some of them, I do think some of the players, though, are a little scared because they want that longevity.
But as a quarterback, too,
I mean, 31 and a half puts them, we've got to be top 5.
He doesn't have to work again.
So with
$31 million?
With that contract with Mahomes, though, how much of that is a hit on their salary cap?
Well, the thing is, though, so it's going to be a hit. So I want to say he's not supposed to make too much the next couple of years. It's
progressive, probably, year by year.
But the thing is, since he's under such a big contract, they can almost move money around. I'm sure they have some deal they'll work together. They did this deal, so they just re-signed Chris Jones to that huge deal yesterday.
Mm-hmm. So is it official? I thought they were still negotiating.
I think it's official, but
either way, it was something like 4 for 85. So they're dishing out.
So it gives them the option to move this money around. So if it comes to a year where they need to make money work, to be like, hey, can we take some of your salary away and we'll give it to you next year? So I think it puts him in a good position. Sure, that's a lot of money to invest into a guy, but you're investing it into a quarterback who's 24. And if he stays on this I can't say the word. Trajectory.
Yeah.
You guys both, even though I think you kind of were
I've said it on air before. No. He'll break every record if he stays on this trajectory, period.
But I'm saying you guys both had him in your top 10. Remember when we did the top 10?
I did sneak him in.
He's top 5. Honestly.
No, all time.
Oh, all time?
All time. Remember you had him in your top
10? I
10?
stuck him in.
Did.
And he should be there. At the end of the day, if he stays healthy, he should be there.
That is crazy to think about, dude. I mean...
After 3 or 4 seasons, we're putting him in our top 10 all time.
He's only been a starter for 2 years. This is his second year.
And people are, and it's not that crazy because everybody kind of
he's broken single season records, and he's won a Super Bowl MVP, and a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He has more accolades already than some Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I'm nervous for Brady's records, whatever records.
Dude, Dude, think about that. I mean, we grew up for 20 years. We watched Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, two of probably, like, I think, the two best quarterbacks ever played.
2 top 5 quarterbacks easily.
Top 3 for me.
Yeah, same. I think I can't remember my list exactly, but
and all of a sudden, within 2 years of seeing this kid, we're already saying like he will shatter their record.
What record? If there's any record that I think he's gonna struggle to get the most out of any quarterback record, it's Super Bowls won.
Yeah,
because
maybe sorry to cut you off, but I think if he puts 3 Super Bowl wins with the numbers he should have, people will consider him the GOAT.
There was similar conversation about this when Russell Wilson went to 3 Super Bowls, right?
He went back to back and won the first, and he's
never been back.
He's never been back.
Okay,
but he's maintained a top 5 status.
He's still Mahomes is, even if he has crazy numbers and he has 3 Super Bowls, he still has to get close to 6 to even come close. What
if he went 3-0 and he surpassed his stats though?
I don't really care too much about the numbers,
like all-time stats.
Some of the volume numbers, like
but how about no losses in the Super Bowl though?
I mean,
Brady's got 3. Brady's got 3 losses. In
only
the Super
3
Bowl.
wins though.
He's been the 9. I'm not.
If Mahomes went like 4-0 in the Super Bowl, then
you're probably right. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but I would say 3-0 in the Super Bowl with most passing yards, most passing touchdowns of all time. Probably. It would be him and Brady at that point, number 1, number 2. You're right. Maybe 4-0 would do it, but
the thing is, though, some of those stats are just going to be like crazy ridiculous.
Very inflated nowadays.
Exactly. Yep. They're going to almost be flawed.
Yeah. No, that's a great counter.
But again,
argument.
I'm still I don't know how much it's going to work out with money each year for them, but Brady has won 6 Super Bowls because he's always taken team-friendly deals, and they've always been able to build a team with, like
you got Tyreek Hill who's going to need a deal, you got Kelsey who's going to need a deal.
And you think those guys are going to stick around and be like, oh yeah, we'll take team-friendly deals when their quarterback's making $500 million?
Yeah, and everyone's talking about it too. They're like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, $500 million man. Like every single, I've seen 40 people in the NFL posting about it, And
like you said, it sets the market. So it's going to be interesting now when Dak's a free agent, Deshaun Watson's a free agent, guys like that. So I don't think they're going to get close to what Mahomes gets, but the margin's going to get pushed up now because now they're
going to get more per year.
And because of that, I think that salary caps should be raised.
It will be. That's why, honestly, I think his deal of $500 million is salary cap inclusive. So, like, when the salary cap goes up, he gets paid more, and they know in 10 years it will go up. Yeah. So that's what the deal is based off. Like, and I know it's not all guaranteed.
Right, in 10 years, that deal could look obsolete compared to what some other phenom might get in some other sport.
Kind of like the NBA. You saw a guy like Tyler Johnson from Miami. He get 4 years for $52 million. That was like the first NBA deal when they made a new. Yeah, that was the new first NBA deal that really had me like. All right. People are just getting paid different money nowadays, I
mean, who's the guy? Timothy Mozgov that got that huge deal 1 year because he was one of the bigger free agents.
4 years, like $60 million.
Kevin Turner got like 4 years for 72 or something.
It's just because Otto Porter Jr. is on a huge deal right now,
max contract.
Yeah, and it's because of just the revenue that the NBA gets right now from the TV deal. So sometimes the revenue will go up, and they have to do the
NBA really does well with advertising and money. They do have the best commissioner in sports right now.
They do. Well, so much of the money in any sport comes from all the TV deals. That's why the MLB has good revenue, is because all of their TV deals they have, because each team has their own local market. And they have 162 games a year.
Too. So you think like the MLB gets a cut of like the Nets and Red Sox deal every year?
Yeah, I mean.
Or is it Nesson? That's what
yes, they do. I mean, MLB
probably take 5% from each team's private channel.
I can't really give you the exact numbers.
I'm just asking for like an estimate. I mean,
I really don't know.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing until you just said
but they get money from the TV deals. So
I thought it was more like national TV deals.
Maybe.
But either way.
So you kind of brought up how Tom Brady, he always takes less money, and that kind of opened things up for the Patriots to do more things. If Patrick Mahomes was a Patriot right now, so say a week ago he was a New England Patriot, do you think the Patriots and Bill Belichick would have done this deal? It's a tough one. I have gone back and forth on it. I say yes.
I want to say hopefully.
Not for that money.
But I don't think they'd give him that money. I feel like Bill would look at that and be like, "No, this doesn't work."
I'm not going to cripple us for that long.
Yeah, this doesn't work, in my opinion, and just based off of what I think Bill is like, I would think that he would say like, "This doesn't look like a way to build a football team."
Couldn't agree more, Andy.
I would say he would do it. The times are different now. The kid's only 24. I don't want to say Brady was not on the same.
Arguably the best quarterback currently.
Yep, yeah. Brady when he was
actually unanimously. Everyone votes on it,
because the arguments of the point I just made is that like, dude, he is the football team. You can put second, third round picks all around him. You don't have to have another first round pick on the field, and he's still going to excel.
Probably. We don't have that sample size, but probably.
When Brady was 24, he was not on the same trajectory.
No, he was winning. He was winning more, but
by defense. They were winning with defense, and the game is so much different now.
No, I mean, yes, they were winning with a great defense, but he was still doing his thing.
And I'm not trying to say, like, I easily could see you saying no, because I went back and forth with it, because I really am not confident that they would do it. But he's going to get, the thing is, he's going to get the money somewhere else.
Yeah.
True, like, so you're saying, like, would the Patriots lock him down so nobody else could have him?
And we never really know with Brady, because he never really tried to push them. He never pushed the limit with
even when he was in his prime.
He never did. He was taking team-friendly deals. So we never saw him
talking about it makes me miss him.
He really never negotiated and really pushed for more money until now, and then he left. But obviously he's a 42-year-old guy, so things are different. So if he had done it a lot earlier, not only could it have changed things for him, but it could have changed the landscape
of the league
15 years ago when it comes to money.
Overall, I would say the Patriots would probably commit to him for that many years. I do not think Bill Belichick would cripple his salary cap or his working money by giving him that much guaranteed money.
Yeah,
just because
that's kind of how I think about it. But again, like, there's a good part of me that wants to agree with that fact that, like, he's like,
smart enough to know he's the best.
You're gonna let him walk and have Brian Hoyer be our quarterback?
Fuck, he could go to any team in the AFC and you'd be fucked for life.
And he'd beat you for his whole career.
So, like, in that regard, it's a toss-up. Like, he would be like, I know this guy's the best quarterback. I know he's going to be for the next 10 years. I can't let anybody else have him, but he's never been the type of guy to dish out money freely. So, I mean, he just signed a quarterback that's not... he's much worse than Patrick Mahomes, obviously, but like
he's still getting a former MVP quarterback for $1 million.
He's not $35 million a year worse than Patrick Mahomes.
The Patriots' total cap, like their total salary for the quarterback position, for all three of them, Stidham, Hoyer, Newton, is like 2 point something.
That's insane. Do you know what the incentives are in Newton's contract?
I know if they make the Super Bowl, he makes an extra $5 million, or if they win the Super Bowl.
Who?
I had a screenshot. Yeah, there's plenty of. If he makes All-Pro, he gets an extra $1 million. Like, I think the max he can make if everything pans out is like $8.5 million.
If you want to look it up, we're going to get to that in a sec to see it. But, So I want to go around the NFL. There's some topics. The big one this week has been the Washington R words changing their name. So a name that how do you feel about the Washington Red Wolves?
The Red Wolves?
That sounds horrible, in my opinion.
Is a red wolf even like a real animal? Or are you just calling a wolf red?
I saw it on Twitter. I said, that sounds... Because I seen the Washington Generals. No. Washington Red Wolves?
I think Ariel Helwani proposed the Washington Warriors, which is mad lame, but it's not horrible.
I don't like when teams from different sports have the same names.
All right, that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah. So that, like when Boomer always refers to them as the New York Football Giants.
That's super funny. I use that reference.
But the only thing, then it's about time this happened, and the only reason it did happen is because
FedEx was going to back out, and so were other major sponsors.
Amazon backed out.
They don't care.
It's all because of the money.
Dan Snyder loves the name.
All about money, huh?
Dan Snyder, the owner, loves the name, or else he would have changed it years ago.
Yes, he's a dirtbag.
Yeah. It's when the people stopped. They threatened taking his money away.
He had just as much pressure on him before, but he didn't feel it. Like from a PR standpoint, he had just as much pressure.
Social media blew him up.
Yeah, but because his sponsors weren't threatening to take his money away, he didn't give a fuck. He basically was like, "Fuck you! I'll keep the name as long as I fucking want."
Yeah.
And now that FedEx is like, "No, you need to change it." He's like, "Oh, okay."
That's why I get zero credit.
Yeah, fuck him.
Quick Moose.
Go Moose!
And the Washington Moose have won it in the last second.
This one's good. The Washington Presidents.
Oh, I know you saw that on Twitter. Though.
No, that was stupid. I think that's a horrible name. I couldn't think of anything else to say.
How about
the Washington Georges?
Don't like it.
I hate it.
I think all of them they're all going to be bad. Oh, there's another thing. Some guy who I think was a Redskins fan was pissed that it got changed, so he went and he trademarked a bunch of names that they could potentially. So like Generals, he trademarked them all. So now he's going to make some money because if they want one of those names, they're going to have to pay him for it.
How much does it take? How much money does it cost to trademark a name like that, though?
Usually it's a long process, but they're going to try and speed it up because they. The other thing is like, I'm fine with them changing the name, but like these fans are going to, when they do have fans at the stadium, are just going to show up with.
The big debate on the EI has been bringing it up. Do they not let people with Redskins attire in?
Yeah.
Or do they offer free transfers for any Redskins attire and give them the new shirts?
That's what they should do.
That would be the smart move, not only for like attending the game, but PR-wise. Like, you know,
it's a good look. Yeah, it is.
And then if they offered that and then you show up or you wear that in public, then it's like, why are you doing that? You know?
Yeah.
And it is cool. I'm not disagreeing with them changing the name. Like, I like the NFL. I like the name, but it is insensitive, and if people find offense to it, then it has to be changed.
Because it really is this simple. The Washington Redskins, it's a team name based on somebody's skin color.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as having a team that's called the Washington Blackskins. Yeah. That's racist.
Sure.
So it's a racist name.
It is.
Period.
I don't think any of us here disagree with them, with the idea of them changing the name.
No,
and I'm
not at all.
You know,
I'm glad.
If I had the attire, I would trade it in.
I'm just not glad on the precedent that it was done on.
Right,
which is because about the money.
There was a rumor they might change the Pats name.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
That's where you just enter this great. No.
Sure. Yeah, that's not even a discussion we're going to get into, but we all do agree they should be changing the Washington name.
My thing is for that.
I didn't give my potential name for that.
Yeah, you didn't.
How about the Washington Sloths? All right, what were you saying?
You thought that long to come up with sloths?
No, I just wanted to get that point across that I didn't get my thing in.
I like it better than Washington Presidents, to be honest. Washington Sloths.
Well, they did call me Sloth Mullen in high school, so anyways.
Your guy, Antonio Brown. You really want this guy back in the New England Patriots?
I want him back bad. Not only because it sends a message to our former quarterback, but...
No.
I mean... The numbers are there. 1 game, 4 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, why was he only on the team for 1 game?
It didn't work out.
Because he can't get out of his way.
He was going through a lot of shit that year. I don't think Antonio Brown's ever been as emotionally unstable as he was last year.
Oh, why? Because you said last episode he's been hanging out with Deion Sanders?
He's getting more than just Deion Sanders in his life. There's rumors that he's getting his shit together. Like I said, we've never heard Antonio Brown's name more than in 2019. The dude went through the ringer, probably deservingly, but regardless, if there's ever a time to get his headspace right, it's the year after. And I think signing him would only make sense because he knows the system, and he's proven that he can step right in, even when he's not been in the league, and produce. And what better little partner for Cam Newton than Antonio Brown?
If they couldn't make it work when Brady was here, what makes you think he's going to be able to reel it in now? He posted a picture of himself in a Patriots jersey, and right there is how I know this guy is not healthy. This guy is fucking delusional.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
He's delusional. He's completely delusional. I don't want him on this team.
He might know something we don't.
No, the book is closed on Antonio Brown. It didn't work. We're paying this guy $5 million this year. This loser of a human being. $5 million.
Belichick's mind, why not bring him back if we're going to pay him?
Because it's not going to work. What is this guy going to get charged, accused
maybe
of rape again?
Maybe he can relate and vibe with Cam Newton more than he could with Tom Brady. Tom Brady's an old...
Whatever happened to that case, anyways?
I don't think it ever... It was...
it wasn't really a formal charge. I think it was more of like a...
What do you call it when it's outside of court?
Like an indictment?
Civil suit.
Oh, yeah. So it's all about... That's the difference. Civil is money. Criminal is jail time type deal.
Correct. Yeah. So we won't talk about Dak. Because we already got into that.
Because he sucks.
But do you think training camp is going to happen?
When is it supposed to happen? Next week?
It's supposed to start. The teams are supposed to start the 28th.
They're going to have their own form of training camp. It's not going to be probably the same as past years. But you're saying you think it'll be totally canceled?
No, I'm wondering what you guys think because they're supposed to have some deal this week, like some meeting with the players and the league because they have to come up with these agreements for health.
I think they will have some form of training camp that starts within a month.
No, I think it's going to get pushed back.
So you think the start of the season is going to get pushed back too then? Because then you're going to have to push back the start of the season.
I think training camp, if training camp does get pushed back, it might only get pushed back like a week or two, and then they'll just start.
You can't cancel training camp, though. That's one sport where, It's
no,
the NFL. You can't, you know.
It's not like
maybe they
will
push it back. But
that's why I think if they push it back, you're going to push the start of the season back.
That's why I disagree, because the NFL's been dead set, and they see their money signs that they're going to be I just think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I do think it's going to happen because money's going to talk, and at the end of the day, the NFL gets what they want.
More than any other franchise.
So did you guys see the Cam Newton hype video that the Patriots put out?
The most recent one?
The one that
where he's I'm a dog or whatever?
No, that the Patriots put out. It was a hype video officially for his signing.
Was it him like working out?
Should I play it for the camera?
I don't actually remember the video exactly, but it was the Patriots official Twitter page, and they were hyping him up.
Well, don't worry, I'm looking it up now.
And that makes me think, I know we talked before, if there's any quarterback competition, there's not any.
You think that means it's their guy?
Why are you promoting this guy? He's the starting quarterback.
I don't even remember the Patriots putting out a Brady hype
video.
And
they put out some crazy hype video for him just to sign there. They don't do this. I think he's the starter, and there's no competition in camp. The only competition is Cam versus the playbook and Cam versus injuries.
Those are great points,
it's
and
his
I totally
job.
Agree.
It's his job.
I've thought that.
Why would you drop a video like that if you're going to cut the guy in training camp? Yeah. And like I said, I think I've said before.
That's right.
No, it is that. Everything runs. Is that just a GIF?
No, it's 10 seconds long. But I
think there's another video. Everything runs through Belichick. So you don't think Belichick approved that?
Yeah.
He did. He's the starter to be here.
Well, I don't know. Belichick doesn't even know it.
Maybe at the end of the day, though, like I said last episode, that it's just a build-up to cut him, actually, to build up Stidham and sell him to the people.
That would be the most cruel little joke of all time. Like you said, it was his wedding anniversary when he heard the news.
Dude, I would be upset if that happened, too, because I'm excited to see Cam Newton
we all are. They're not. I don't think they're playing us. I think you're right in your original statement that he's going to be the week one starter, and they're going to, even if he's not as ready as Stidham, it's going to be him.
Hypothetically, if he does start 16 games for us, what do you think the record is?
Patriots?
At least 10-6, in my opinion.
I think I said 10-6. I'll keep him at 10-6.
Keep him at 10-6?
With the potential for more.
You think they'd be 10-6 with Stidham or Cam?
Not me, but I think he was on the record for 10-6 regardless.
I'm just going to stick with 10-6. I don't know.
No, I think there's a potential for more losses.
I could see 10-6 with Cam. But I would see more like an 8-8 with Stidham.
I'm not saying that
would depend on how good he could be.
They can't go higher than 10-6. I'm just going to stick with my original prediction that I put before him.
Sure, 10-6.
Regardless, I think the ceiling is higher come postseason time. Now that you have him,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So another thing, I saw this article that ESPN put out, and it had the Patriots quarterback room as like the 30th quarterback room in the league. But then they picked up Cam. So I thought, let's do our official ranking of the Patriots quarterback room. So the depth chart compared to everybody else.
And?
You want to talk about that? No, you're Xing it out. Okay. I skipped over it for a reason.
Yeah, but what were you saying?
Okay. So, Patriots quarterback situation, their depth chart.
Depth chart?
Dude, he just distracted me, all right?
I think you just said that twice, though. I heard you say
depth?
First.
Yeah, he can't say depth.
Depth chart. Sorry. You know, why the fuck you gotta come at my fucking speech? He distracted me crossing something out in the run sheet. And then somebody's gotta come out how I'm saying stuff.
I was just scratching my knuckles.
I'm not coming at you.
This is a podcast. People are listening to what we're talking about. They can't see Jesse scratching shit out.
Yeah,
I just want you to be at your best.
Yeah, thanks for
that.
Beft. You're a dick.
Sorry.
Clever.
This has reached the territory of bullying now.
Oh, no. Hey, come on. Hey.
I was in speech class.
Don't make light of bullying. Don't make light of bullying because what we just did to you is...
Did I make light of it?
We could bully you. And you would know if that was bullying.
So can we move on and talk what I want to talk about? Or?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I would never bully you.
Okay. So...
Okay, sorry.
I want to see where you guys think where we think the Patriots quarterback room. I'm not going to say where you think they rank amongst the league. So we're going to go over each.
For what though? Like
go over each quarterback room?
Yep, each quarterback room quickly.
Okay.
And so we're going to vote on it. Whoever the majority of, so if two of us have one.
Are we just saying better or worse than the Patriots?
Correct.
Okay.
So Buffalo, Josh Allen, Matt Barkley, Webb Davis, Jake Fromm.
Worse.
I go
worse
than the Patriots. So
1 point for worse.
Yep. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tua, Josh Rosen.
Worse.
Better.
I'm gonna go worse actually.
Okay.
Better. You should put them next to each other. But, all right.
Tua, Josh Rosen,
Alright,
those
start
are
putting the
first
worst
round
next.
picks.
What do you mean?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You're marking that weird for me.
How's that weird?
Why would you put it under?
Yeah, why
Because
would you put it in there?
I voted. What did you vote?
No, it was an overwhelming worse, but maybe put it next to it next time. So
doesn't that that means there's one better, one worst?
we did? It's back.
We
to
did.
back
We did
majority
worse. We did worse.
Oh,
Jeez,
okay.
this is a disaster already.
Jeez. Well, you guys didn't help coming into it.
Well, I didn't even know this was a segment.
Read the rundown once in a while. Jesus. Sam Darnold, Joe Flacco, David Fales.
Better.
So you think
Worse.
that's better than the Patriots?
Yes, I do.
I think
Worse.
it's worse.
Yep.
So then
Sam
what am I
Darnold
putting
and
here?
Joe
Worse.
Flacco?
You just
No,
marked
it's
next.
a 2
It was overwhelming
it's a
worse.
2 to 3 majority.
What are you doing? No, it's 3-0. Nobody said any room was better than the past. Yeah, overwhelmingly.
I did. I said that
Yeah,
last
but that's
one
one.
was better.
We're suing out of the room. If 2 people versus 1 say it, that counts as a worse.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
So it's 3-0 worse.
Okay. Lamar Jackson, RG3.
better.
Better. So then I what?
So you just make
Yep.
a new mark. Yeah,
I think we're doing this wrong, but
I think we're okay.
Ryan Finley,
the way it needs to be done.
Who?
Joe Burrow,
Worse.
so Cincinnati.
Okay.
Worse.
You think that's worse than the Patriots?
Joe
Absolutely.
Burrow?
Yeah, I'll go better.
And
I
Ryan
think the Patriots
I'm
is
going to
better.
go better.
Patriots is better.
All right, fine.
Oh, Patriots
But worse
better.
then.
So that goes in.
It goes to worse.
Okay.
A lot of love for fucking Jared Stidham and Cam Newton.
Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum.
Better.
Worse.
Worse.
Wow.
Cross it.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey, at least do the... Thanks.
Oh, you didn't have to do that because what if we get another?
Big Ben.
Wait, hold on. Baker Mayfield and
Baker Mayfield.
Case Keenum?
What did Baker
Case
Mayfield
Keenum's
do
not
last year?
that bad.
Yeah, but
Case Keenum's better than Brian Hoyer.
I don't know.
And probably
I don't
better
know
than Jared
about that.
Stidham.
Who's actually started on a team for, a recent season?
I mean, Baker Mayfield's coming off a pretty bad year.
He is.
Cam's got a higher ceiling than Mayfield.
Cam's
in my
coming off a
opinion.
horrible year. Why is everybody holding Cam to like this 2015 MVP
One of them's
status?
because
His
he's not that far
the
along.
last 8 games that he played, he was abysmal. He
Injury.
was horrible.
Big Ben, Mason Rudolph.
Better.
I go better as well. I think that's better than the Patriots. QB
Worse.
room.
Mason
You're just going to
Rudolph.
say worse every time?
Mason Rudolph?
Deshaun Watson, AJ McCarron. I'm
Worse.
going that's better.
Better.
It's better.
Just based off Deshaun Watson.
Cam Newton
Gardner
is better
Minshew,
than
Mike
Deshaun.
Glennon. That's worse.
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 Won't even say there.
Ryan Tannehill, Logan Woodside, Cole McDonald.
It's worse.
That's worse.
How is it
That's
not?
probably worse. Because Ryan Tannehill's better than...
I think Ryan
Jared
Tannehill
Stidham.
blows. I don't know why you're such a big Ryan Tannehill guy.
No, I mean, Ryan
Look what he
Tannehill's
did
a
in the
great...
la-
He's a
Dude,
great
he had
game
he had some
manager.
good games, some good years in Miami.
I started him in fantasy some weeks, and he won me matchups for
and he
like
had just
300
he's coming
yards,
off
4 TDs.
he's coming off a great season
But,
for the
I mean-
Titans. I expect him to have another good season.
He's not holding Cam Newton's jockstrap, but anyways.
Drew Lock, Jeff Driscoll.
Worse.
Worse. Matt Moore, Patrick Mahomes.
Better.
better.
Derek Carr, Marcus Mariota, Nathan Peterman.
Better. I
I'm
will
gonna
say
go-
better.
I'm going to go better, too.
Good backups there. Mariota and Peterman.
Tyrod Taylor, Justin Herbert, Stick Easton?
Worse.
Stick?
Worse.
Worse.
I'll go worse, too. Doesn't even matter, though.
Dick Easton.
Dak, Andy Dalton.
Better.
Better.
If it was Dak and
Way
some
better.
bum, I would have picked the pass.
That's
though. I
better
would've.
twice.
Daniel Jones, Colt McCoy, Cooper Rush.
Worse.
I would rather have Daniel Jones than Stidham or Cam.
I'll go better. Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, Nate Suffield. I go
Better.
better.
But the fact that he put the Giants better is ridiculous.
Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Steven Montez.
Worse.
Worse.
Worse. Not by much, though.
Cross.
Mitch Trubisky, Nick Foles, Tyler Bray.
Better.
I'll go better, too.
Forgot that the Bears picked up Big Dick Nick.
Matt Stafford, Daniel Chase, David Blow.
Better.
Better because of Matt Stafford. Tied up 10-10.
Damn.
All right. Kirk, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, better.
Jordan Love, even if not, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You got to pick better.
Kirk Cousins, Sayal Manian, Nate Stanley. It's hard with Cousins.
I'm gonna pick worse. I think the Pats have a better full.
No, because I'd rather
rotation.
have Kirk Cousins than Cam or Stidham.
I'll say worse, but I won't hate on you for that.
I'll go worse since I picked the Giants.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Matt Ryan, Matt Schaub, Kurt Bankfurt.
Schaub's a reputable backup. Matt Ryan's former MVP. I'll go that.
Better.
I'll go better than the Pats.
I was gonna go worse.
Really?
Yep. Teddy Bridgewater, Will Greer, PJ Walker.
Worse.
Drew Brees, Taysom Hill,
Better.
Jameis Winston.
Better.
That's a good quarterback room.
That's
right
a
there.
great quarterback room.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Blaine Gabbert, Ryan Griffin.
Better.
All right, last
The
division
Pats have
here.
a pretty middle of the pack quarterback room.
Kyler Murray, Brett Hundley, Drew Anderson.
Hundley's a very good backup.
Better. Especially
I'm gonna have to say backup or backup. I'm gonna have to say better.
Okay. Jared Goff, John Wolford, worse.
Worse.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins, and there's one other guy on there too.
Better.
I'll go better.
Push.
Better. I'll
Worse.
go better. Nick Mullins is actually decent.
No, it's it's top.
Russell Wilson, Geno Smith.
Worse or better.
Just
That's what I
because.
meant. It was better.
So there are 17 teams in the league with a better quarterback room. So not as bad as that article I saw, but I mean, puts the Patriots barely top 20.
It would probably be different if it was just the starter, but yeah,
something to fill time. It was kind of a shit show to start with.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think so.
What do we have for time?
107.
Okay.
Wait, time for podcast or time?
No, the time for the podcast. So quickly, overpaid, underpaid. I did 5 NBA players. Are they overpaid or underpaid?
Yearly?
Yearly, correct. First off, we got Chris Paul, $38 million, good for the second highest in the league.
Overpaid.
Yeah, I go over there too.
Great point guard. Still at
Never
his old
won
age.
anything.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best rosters though.
Kyle Lowry makes up there too. I saw that 32.
He has a fucking ring, but Chris Paul overpaid just by default.
Kristaps Porzingis, $27 million, 33rd in the league.
I'd say he's deserving of that. So I would say he's there's not a middle option.
You can do.
I guess
that.
if anything, he's underpaid because I think he's better than the 33rd player.
Just
in
with
the
a
league.
7'3" frame with his abilities,
Yeah.
If I ever do this again next time, I should do NFL because it's just hard with the basketball because there's all these guys in these max type deals. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yes, but NFL, it's different sports. So
Al Horford, $28 million,
Overpaid.
Way overpaid.
Overpaid. Maybe in his first year or second year with the Celtics, he deserved that. But
I've been calling this
haters
guy,
would even say no.
I've been calling this guy average out for years now, and people should have listened to me when he was here. What's he done in Philly? He's been a disaster in Philly.
Hey, but if you stayed with, he would have signed back with the Celtics if he knew Kemba Walker was coming.
If they could have even made the money work. Andrew Wiggins, $27 million. I go over. That dude's never done anything. Never done anything in the league.
He gets a really bad rap, but even with all that said, it's overpaid.
Yeah, I mean,
shit teams and Timberwolves. So what do you want him to do? But
Jimmy Butler, $32 million.
I
almost go right. I'll go rightfully.
I mean, that's 11th in the league. People put him in their top 15 in the league. I don't think he's that good, but I think he's deserving of that contract.
I think he's had a good year down in Miami, so it kind of.
If you could give a range, 32 would be the top of my range. If I could say 25 to 32 million, then that's all right. But 32 seems a little high. I'll say overpaid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing you didn't do any betting, so let me talk some soccer. Actually,
Sure.
I got some quick bets that I got here.
Right, well, take your time. I got bets.
Did you fill out your DraftKings
I always
lineup?
got bets.
For
For
what?
what sport? Golf?
Yeah.
I actually am gonna do one of those because I heard a $20 entry can win you $5 million. So
I got a lock here. Crystal Palace tomorrow plus 1.5
God.
versus Manchester United. They beat Man U earlier in the year, and that's a lock. plus 1.5. They just can't lose by a goal, more than a goal. That's easy money to me.
You think if they beat Man U earlier in the year that they're going to do it again?
No. They just can't lose by more than 1. If they lose by 1, the bet hits.
You don't think Man U's going to come out and
has been popping off for goals. That's not a lock in my opinion. There's a reason.
I don't know much about soccer, but it's not a lot.
There's a reason Man U is minus 305 in the game.
On that one,
I guess if there's any...
They're minus 305?
Yeah. Money line. If there's any bet to take, it's over 2.5 for the match.
What was the payout for plus 1? Do you not?
Plus 1, I have it right here. Plus 1.5 is minus 115.
It's not bad. They're like plus 900 to
plus
win.
1.5.
They're plus 900 to win.
Which is a lot. If I had like $100 in my Bovada account, I might do it.
I'm saying... I'll keep it on soccer because we're going to soccer. I'll take Anthony Martial to be the first goal scorer, and I'll say...
you love that little prop bet.
Oh, it's a great one to take for soccer. But and I think the over of 2.5/3, which is plus 100, is a phenomenal bet. Man U's probably good for 3 goals in themselves, so...
So we want to go over your DraftKings lineup real quick? So some golfers going into the weekend. But here, I got 3 golfers that I think have a chance to win at the Memorial.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a Jesse requested topic, and I'm sure he doesn't have 3 golfers.
We never, I can come up with them on my head, but we never agreed to it, so.
I mean,
I know Andy doesn't have 3 golfers.
Bryson DeChambeau.
I got Brooks Koepka.
Xander Schauffele.
Brooks.
Schauffele.
Victor Hovland, I think is how you say his name.
Okay, so you didn't take like 3 super favorites, so we can kind of play along.
Yeah, I wasn't going to take...
Right, so
Justin Thomas.
I'll take 3. I'll take 3 golfers too.
Don't pick Richie Orinsky.
I'll do
either.
Phil Mickelson. I'll do Tommy Fleetwood, and I'll do Tiger Woods.
You'll be lucky if Mickelson and Woods both make the cut.
That's my trio. We'll put our little trios on Twitter.
I'll take Brooks, Rory, and Bubba.
All right, you took a big underdog.
Bubba Watson blows.
No, he really doesn't though.
Hey, any one of them can turn it around at any point.
So,
all right, I'll give you 2 minutes.
We got
say whatever you want to do about soccer. Go. You have 2 minutes.
Don't put a timer on me. But anyways,
no, I am putting a timer on you.
No timers here. But anyways, so Manchester United, we're a top 4 teams in the English Premier League qualify for European play. Right now, there's a 3rd, 4th, 5th team race. 3rd team's at 60 points. 4th and 5th are at 59. Manchester United is one of those 2 teams that just got scored on in the 96th minute on a header, which is brutal. I was watching it live with my boys. Someone there's like, oh, wouldn't it be a shame if Manchester United scored on this corner right now? Anyways, it's a big race. If you want to make any money at all, I know this isn't a betting segment, but I can almost 100% guarantee Man U will be in the top 4. If you want to get into soccer, there's never been a better time to tune in and check out this top 4 race because the championship has already been won by Liverpool. It's going to be an exciting finish.
Liverpool lost today.
Liverpool did lose to Arsenal today, and the ongoing joke is if you lose to Arsenal, you suck. But
and if you want to see United lose tomorrow, tune in. Crystal Palace.
You guys don't know. I mean, we probably mentioned it once or twice, but RJ's a Crystal Palace fan. I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm sure we'll devise some sort of bet for this game.
When Palace pulls off the win tomorrow, next episode I'm showing up rocking my Crystal Palace kit too. That's what I'm going to do next episode. Rub it in your face.
Just know I'll be here with my Man U kit when they win 4-1.
We did it once. We'll do it again this year. We might have lost like 6 games in a row. We're just above the relegation zone. Okay? It's been rough since coming back from the pandemic.
Hey, that's just life in a day for Crystal Palace.
I mean, I wish that I was just such a loser that when I became a soccer fan, I picked one of the best clubs of all time.
I've been a Man U fan for a long time, even when they sucked.
Like 4 years?
Even when they sucked. Even if it was 4 years, which it's not, they sucked 4 years ago.
But they're still one of arguably the biggest club in the league.
Yeah, they're one of the biggest clubs in the world, but, you know, I've been a Man U guy for as long as I've followed soccer, and that won't change. I'm Wayne Rooney for life.
Okay. Anything off topic you want to get to? I think Jesse's about done. He seems like he's about to fall asleep.
Not close.
Me, I just got to say, I've had a really bad week. It's been one of the worst weeks ever. And I'm just, happy here to be doing the show.
What's going on, buddy?
No, just from getting yelled at for sneezing by my boss, which but straight harassment. I should go to the HR person.
No, you're a fucking asshole for sneezing.
I hate HR.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I can't believe you'd fucking sneeze in front of somebody like that.
God forbid I have
Disgusting.
to sneeze.
Holding in a sneeze is unhealthy. Let it fly.
Mice turds in my apartment, flat tire yesterday. All within 24 hours.
I try to tell him, like, every house in Western Mass has one mouse in it. Like, he just doesn't understand that.
I don't like mice. That's one of my fears. I don't like mice.
Where did you find the mouse poop?
In the kitchen. I don't know. It could be old from the winter.
Where in the kitchen?
And so we have like this rotating like cabinet.
The Lazy
thing.
Susan.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Really?
In there.
Yeah.
So that I've never heard that before. So that's where the mouse turds were, and I don't fuck with mice at all. So I don't.
Do you like jump up into Marley's arms when you see one run across the floor?
I mean, we haven't seen a mouse yet, and if that happens, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fucking move out. I'm leaving.
Are you going to leave?
No, but I was telling Jesse, I might just bite the bullet and get a cat, and I don't like cats because your devil cat up there has scarred me.
I told him to get a male neutered cat. He'll be your best friend.
Kitty. Yeah, or get some traps.
You really want to put him for a mouse?
I personally don't even want to pick up the trap.
I hate traps.
They're a little inhumane,
especially those sticky pad ones.
Those ones suck.
Those I wouldn't
think
do.
The ones that fucking slam down like on their tail or on their
well, at
leg,
least that kills them instantly. Usually,
it does not kill them.
It's better than those poison. I went to Home Depot.
I think the poison one kills them a lot longer than they probably sit there and suffer for a long time. If like it comes down on their leg.
The Home Depot. I went to Home Depot. All the poison that they have that they can eat. Dude, I've seen a chipmunk eat poison at my aunt's house, and she asked me and my brother to come put the thing down. Okay? I'm never going to poison an animal with anything after seeing that chipmunk. I was scarred.
That sounds terrible.
But hey, eventually I might be looking for some cat names if I do end up getting a cat. So I'll be looking,
we'll put a
for
poll
the
up.
Yeah, what the cat name should be.
Cat names.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. Hey, we're getting close to sports being back. So when that happens, I'm going to say we're going to do one more episode. Sports will be back, and then we're back to our weekly episode. So looking forward to that. As always, thanks for listening. We will talk to you soon.
See ya.
Peace.